everybody. We're here for Tarot for Kindness.
I
It's
can't
good to
even hear
see
you.
all of you. We're going to
It says, oops,
be doing
connection
tarot
lost.
reading.
Reconnecting.
That's you. That's not me.
Yeah.
You're all
No, am I
choppy and
back?
slow. Yeah. You haven't been gone,
Okay.
but you're just super pixelated. You're a little pixelated
Am I back
pixie.
now? It said that
Yeah,
it
you're
was, oh no. No,
We're here.
now it's pixelated. Okay.
It's you that's
It's probably the
pixelated, not
weather.
me.
It's
Yeah, you probably have
it's
some.
probably the storm happening that's making it weird.
Yeah, that's probably it. So here we are for Tarot for Kindness. We're doing tarot reading fundraiser for Ukraine. I am here with Miss Kelly from the Parlor of Wonders, our resident astrologer and tarot reader. She'll be doing a little astrology, peppering in a little astrology with your readings today. If you'd like to have a reading, you can have a reading. Oh my gosh, we want you to get a reading. What we're doing is we're doing a fundraiser for seniors in Ukraine. Oh, shoot, I forgot to tell you. Uh, Love Witch, can you put the link to Yulia's instead of Subotin Harbor? Now, maybe we won't put it up this week, but Subotin Harbor wants you to follow Yulia Subotin now. So we'll figure that out maybe for next week. I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. If you can do it with the QR code, great. And if not, yeah, if you can figure it out this week, that's no problem. Anyway, we're doing a wonderful fundraiser for Ukraine. So Subotin Harbor is our connection in Kyiv and Zaporizhia. They are a small team, grassroots team who purchase groceries for seniors in Ukraine who are struggling in this invasion that is happening in Ukraine, the full-scale invasion. People who are in their 70s, 80s, 90s, some of whom are disabled, all of whom are definitely octogenarians, septuagenarians, nonagenarians. They're up there. I have the Facebook QR code. Should I put that up? It's not it's Candles for Grannies or Candles for Grannies. Yeah, that one can be used. Yeah, we can use that one this week, but he wants people to follow Yulia. So we'll figure that out for next week. Anyway, so we are doing this fundraiser. $40 feeds a senior in Ukraine for 2 weeks. They buy groceries, like nice healthy food, basic food, but nice healthy food, like some meat, milk, oil, flour, things so that they can cook some meals for themselves. These are people that have no family to take care of them. Oftentimes they come into their home and they have nothing. No, not one crumb of food is there when they come in and they're bringing this food in. So this is a lifeline to these seniors who are not only struggling with their pensions, which don't pay for their medicines or their rent or their shelter and their food. And they're having to really stretch or make horrible decisions like, should I get food or should I have heat? Should I get food or should I have medicine? Those are the kind of decisions they have to make. So then to relieve them a little bit, they're buying this 2 weeks worth of groceries to supplement or so that they can stretch it out. And that just costs $40. What we're doing is tarot card readings for $10 per card. If you get a 4-card reading, you're feeding a senior for this month. That's amazing. And if you want a card reading of 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards, whatever amount, you can make that donation. And then we will send that donation straight away to them and they will buy groceries today for these people, which is an amazing thing to think about. So you will actually be making an impact. Not only that, you better get a cool reading from me. I think I do a pretty good reading. I think you guys think I've been doing it long enough. I think I would be out of business if I weren't doing good readings. So you can get a reading by me and bonus for no extra charge. You get a little astrological little insight from our resident astrologer, Miss Kelly. So it's a really good deal. Not only is it a good deal, but you're doing a really good thing. You're bringing groceries to seniors in Ukraine, which is such a really impactful way. I mean, it's like that, you're helping a person survive this winter and survive the invasion and have a little bit of quality of life so they're not starving. It's amazing to think about. These people are really desperate and your donation really means a lot. 100% of what you donate goes to feed them. I actually cover whatever, Venmo or PayPal or any of these other places. They take out a little cut, or you can go and super chat if you're on YouTube right now. and make a donation. The way you do it is make your donation on PayPal. There's a QR code for PayPal. You can make it on PayPal or Venmo, or you can do super chat down below. Make your donation, then jump into the comments, give us your name, birthday, so we can do the astrological thing. Give us your number, the amount you donated, where you donated, and what your question is. So then we can follow up on that. Okay. Love to do a reading for you. We can look at the astrology of what's going on. We can look at, if you're talking about you and another person, the astrology of the two of you, your sun signs, maybe your moon. I don't know if you have the ephemeris, look at the moon. Miss Kelly, is that what you're going to look at?
The moon.
Yeah.
Look at the moon. Look at the Venus and Mars action.
Oh, I love that.
Helpful.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really helpful. Yeah. So there you go. So you can make your donation on PayPal. You can make your donation on Venmo, or you can make it in Super Chat if you're on YouTube, which is the little $ icon down below. And that will allow you to make that. And I cover all of the fees. So 100% of what you spend will go to seniors in Ukraine. So there we go. So got to help those seniors. It's cold winter. It's hard. They don't have any food. Come on, you guys. You can do it. Get a reading. Let's have a great reading. What are you up to these days, Miss Kelly?
I am pouring candles for you. I'm reading tarot and doing astrology locally in Long Beach, California.
Oh, that's
making
right.
some art.
Let's talk about the, you're going to be doing live readings at Eye of the Cat in Long Beach.
Yeah, Eye of the Cat in Long Beach. Yeah, Fridays and Saturdays. 1 to 7.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So if you're in Long Beach, California or nearby, and you want an in-person reading with Miss Kelly, you can do that. And all you have to do is just head over to Eye of Cat on Friday or Saturday. I do in-person readings on Saturday at Atwater Village, which is right next to Silver Lake, hipster Silver Lake part of town. I do it on Saturday. I do readings, both Miss Kelly and I do sessions online all during the week as well.
Oh, yeah.
And we do spell work, we do all that stuff. All right. Chandra made a donation. Thanks so much, Chandra. Thank you. $30, 3-card reading. So what would you like to know? Okay. Thank you for your donation. Wonderful. There's your birthday, $30 on Venmo. I'm curious about what my outlook is for 2024. All right. Adrija, I see you. Thank you so much. Okay. All righty, let's take a look at 2024. What do you need to know? What's going to help Chandra? All righty. Ooh, I love it. Oh my gosh, this totally makes, Chandra, this totally makes sense in light of what you are planning. I know you're planning on getting some certification to have your own business and all of that. And I see very positive things surrounding that for this year. Really positive things. First card up is King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles really means stepping up into your leadership role, stepping up into your power. Not only that, but he's holding a gold coin. This can be in business. This is like, could not be more on point for you. You're stepping up into your leadership role and your power in having your own business. He's the one that's in control. This is definitely your own business, right? He's in, has his money showing up. He's being wise about it. He's got lots of abundance. You can see all those grapes on his robes represent that abundance and fertility and all of that. So as I see this for this year, it's about having that sense of confidence, of being confident in having your own business. I am a leader. Maybe even establishing your authority in some way. This could be a lovely thing for you to do in preparation for launching your business. We were talking earlier, by the way, Chandra's in the Coven, and we were talking about this very issue in the Coven session, which is called the Spirit Speakeasy, which takes place on the first Sunday. This is a free perk of the Coven members at the Good Witch level and higher. They get to come to the private Q&A that I have on the first Sunday of the month. So Chandra was talking about a business, having a business where she's in charge, but she's going to a certification to do this business. So this is about you having that confidence. So I think as this year is not the year that you launch your business, but you are preparing for your business. And we were talking about magic and things around that. So one of the things that you want to focus on this year is stepping up into your confidence and being an authority, right? This is why people come to anybody, because they think, well, they are better at it than I am, right? Why do I go to a service station to get my oil changed? Is because not only is it convenient, they're better at it than I am. I'd probably screw it up. My dad once showed me how to change my oil, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm going to pay somebody to do that. So in terms of this, I think it's recognizing and establishing yourself as an authority. So one of the things that you can do to establish your authority is to share your knowledge, right? So this can be, as you're preparing, writing articles. You could be writing articles if you like to write. If you don't like to write, it doesn't have to be articles. Yeah. The certificate I earned was in confidence. I have it behind my pyramid candle on my altar. The first certificate I earned was in confidence. Yes, I have it behind my pyramid candle on my altar. Wonderful. So really lean into that and really step up into your authority. If you want to write articles, write articles. If you want to make YouTube videos, make YouTube videos. If you want to do TikTok videos, make TikTok videos. Pick an area where you can share your knowledge and start that process now. It doesn't have to be for anything now, right? You could be just sharing a bit of wisdom just for a free gift for everybody, right? So I'm going to say, like, as a for instance, right? Let's say I decided I was a person who wasn't ready to yet launch a tarot business, but I wanted to start a tarot business next year. I could start making videos talking about the tarot cards, doing a weekly reading, somehow doing that, but without saying, go do this, just to share that information. So I think you can find information about the things that you are going to share in your business and share those pieces. Then a year from now, you will already have that runway of having many, many videos, articles, whatever it is that you're doing to share these things that are already up there. People will already see you as an authority. Then when you open your doors, you've already got an audience. You've already got people that know what you're about. You're not starting from scratch. So think about ways that you can start that runway now, not waiting until a year from now when you open your doors, to establish your authority. That's the first thing. But you're ready for this. I mean, the King of Pentacles says you're ready for this. Second card, it's about planning for the future. Have a plan. What is it that you want to do? I think you're probably doing that in your certification. Hopefully that's part of your certification. We have here this explorer. He's holding a globe in his hands. He's looking out into the ocean in front of him. It's like he's saying, I'm going to sail around the world. I'm going to go be the first one to sail around the world. I've got this globe in front of me. I got an idea of where I'm going and what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it, right? So this idea of planning ahead or having a vision, I always think of this as a visionary card, right? He has a vision. Think about those explorers. I mean, explorers had sometimes not such great motivation for doing what they were doing, but we have some that were just curious about the world. They wanted to see if they could do it. They had that quality to them. And if we look at those good qualities about like curiosity and boldness, daring, I mean, my gosh, nobody sailed around the world. You're going to be the first one to sail around the world. You don't know what's up ahead, right? Blazing a trail. So think about this idea of having a vision for doing what you're doing. He's not in the boat yet. He's not sailing it, but the vision is there. Don't worry. The vision is all you need. You may think I'm going to sail to India and you end up in the Caribbean. So you may end up somewhere different than you intend, but the intention is what gets you going. So think about the kind of business that you like to have. Make some plans, do some preparation, do that stuff that we talked about with the King of Pentacles to prepare. Slowly, step by step, you're going to build a wonderful, thriving business. Look at this lush, beautiful bush with all these gold coins on it. This is a very positive card for making money at what you do and building it slowly, step by step. Just like a plant grows, you plant the seed in the dirt, you water it some more, and you water it some more. And then one day, magically, a little sprout comes up, but it's not ready for picking yet. You got to tend to that little sprout. You got to protect it from the elements, or make sure that it's watered, or protect it from slugs and snails and bugs and pests and things like that. So you're giving attention to it and being patient as you nurture it and build it and grow it. But what this has is this is on point for what I'm already working on. Wonderful. Yeah. Just little by little. I always think of that idea of like, I mean, this will offend the vegetarians, I'm sure, but how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? How do you take on a big task? Is that you take little bits of it and do it. So it's that tending quality, not like you have to drop everything, but just build it little by little and keep giving it that attention and keep it going. Have that patience that it's going to grow and it's going to produce some good, positive financial results. That's how you get there. Don't get frustrated that it's taking its time. It's got its own time. You've got to go through your certification. But I think there are plenty of things that you can do on the back end to give yourself a runway to start that process going, really to start that process going. You're not ready to open your doors yet, but you can do so much to prepare and have an audience so that when you do open those doors, it's not like, where is everybody? But you actually have people that are ready to work with you because you've already established yourself as an authority. It's great, right? So think about that. All right. So Miss Kelly, what do you see for Chandra?
Let's see. I'm looking at the ephemeris, and it looks like you have a Gemini moon. And the planet Saturn has been going through this sign of Pisces, which means it's been having a long conversation with your moon this last year, and that can feel really hard. And because Saturn's wanted to talk to you about restriction and rules and what are you going to build and what are you working on. So you've been going through this like assessment of where you're at in life, but Saturn's done doing that now with your moon. Saturn's like, your moon's kind of early, so Saturn's probably getting ready to leave you alone. But what it's really asking you to do is just sort of reassess. It's a building block. It's what's my plan? What's my plan for the future? As Pam was talking about, since we're talking about business, you might have felt a little like depressed and like, oh, this is really hard. But I'm here to tell you, Saturn's going to leave you alone. So this is great. This is good news. Good news. And your sign, the planet Venus, which is all about money too, and your chart is in Scorpio. So that indicates that you have a lot of like drive and passion, and it's you need to like tap into your power, like just use your personal empowerment, like you use that. That's always going to benefit you. Always, always, always just going to be your secret magic charm that you've got in your pocket. Is just reminding yourself that you are powerful, that you are the queen in this situation.
I love that. I
sense.
love that.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. And that queen energy really goes with that king. Yeah, it goes with that king of pentacles, right? That energy of like really stepping up into your power and leadership, right? I love that very much. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Chandra. Thank you, ladies. Amazing, empowering reading. Oh, I love it. We love having you here, and you've been doing so consistently. We love it when people come back to get that little weekly check-in. This is amazing. A lot of you are repeat customers, repeat donors, repeat receivers. I don't know, but it's so great to have you. All right, next we have Adrija, then we have Airmid, then we have Jen. So that's the order we've got. Adrija. 30th of January, Capricorn energy. Oh no, 30th of January. This is Aquarian energy.
Aquarius.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So looking at two people, go back to that. Did you get both of them? Do you want to go back? Did you see both of them, Kelly?
So
the dates?
There's two dates. I was kind of wondering. So
yes.
I've got one is 1991 and the other one's 1989. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So Libra 1989 and Aquarius 1991. Okay, great. All right. So the question, now we got those dates there. Will S call me anytime soon? If yes, can you please give me a timeline? Okay, great. And we're having a 3-card reading. Thank you so much, Adrija. Thank you so much, Chandra, for your donation. You guys are feeding 75%. Together, you're feeding a senior and a half. 1.5 together. All right. Let's take a look and see. Oh, this is interesting. I feel like such a big fluctuation with this relationship. I mean, it's like high highs and low lows. I feel like it's a little bit of a roller coaster ride, hot and cold, all of that. So right now, like I have a little timeline as we're going in. Um, it right now at this moment in time, things are dead in the water. We have the death card showing up as the first card. This one is like, I'm like, well, this could be like somebody that's moved on, somebody that's, moved on to their next thing. That's the first card that shows up, but this is not where it lands. So I'm just telling you right now, this is why I'm saying this relationship is hot and cold. Right now, it's cold as ice. Nothing happening, is dead in the water. That's where we are right now. Sometimes this card, the death card means graduation of some kind. You're moving on to something else. You're not where you were before. And so I think there's this whole thing about this where at this point in time, the two of you are not in contact. You guys have moved on in some way. Maybe you haven't moved on because you're asking questions. Maybe your heart hasn't moved on, but I'm telling you right now, this is not in the equation right now. However, it's like the phoenix, it rises from the ashes, because then we have Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is someone who's going to move a little bit slowly come back to you. I do feel like as I look at the timing of it, it's going to be a couple of months, and I'll tell you why in a second, why I see that. But Page of Pentacles is like, this is an interesting card because it's like old and young. Pentacles, old energy, like mature energy. Page, very young energy. So I see this like vacillation or this back and forth between being mature and then being very immature. So Page of Pentacles is a little tricky, but what I do see it as being, it's like there's an initiation again. There's an initiation of contact. It's not going to happen right away. It's not going to be, hot and heavy right off the bat. It may even be a little slow. It may be just a little like on a social media or a little text now and then, but it's going to start to warm up again slowly. It will not be a fast burn. It's going to be a little bit of a slow burn coming back. Third card, this is why I'm like going, wow, this is like really like the needle is going from right to left, really extreme. We have Two of Cups, which is the two of you being back in a relationship again. So it's dead in the water right now. It's going to come back a little bit slowly, but it's going to come back to this heart-to-heart connection. Now, in terms of timing, we have three cards. This is the only card that tells us the timing. It's a Pips card and it's a Cups card. So this is 2 months. We have two cups. Cups are months, and we have two. So 2 months from now. So that would put it into April. We would be seeing this happen, the beginning of April, sometime in April. We'll see this being back in business in April. So it may be that there's like between now and April, there's these little, outreach, a little text, a little like, a little this and that, but it starts to build up some momentum. By the time April comes around, there's going to be more outreach, more calling, and more love. So, yeah, there's an interesting dynamic here. You have to decide, do you like this hot and cold situation? I mean, if anyone can write it out, air sign Aquarius could probably
yes,
flow with it a little bit. But yeah, it's like Aquarius can be a little unconventional. It could probably be in an unconventional kind of relationship. You don't need to have like that grounded stability that some of the other earth signs and water signs need. So you might be willing to start a spark again in 2 months and get things back going again. But there's going to be a little slow, like poking, not 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks. What I'm seeing here is that it's like if you get a call in 2 weeks, it's just like a friend call. It's just like it's not a committed thing until 2 months from now. It's not a romantic relationship. Right now, it's dead in the water. I mean, it's dead in the water. So you need to like ride that out, and then he'll come back again. So that's what I'm seeing. I mean, he may, again, I don't think there's going to be a call, but it might be like a little outreach of some kind. But have a long view. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So it's going to be a couple of months before you really get back on track. Yeah. What do you see, Miss Kelly, in your...
Well, a quick glance, when I'm kind of looking at the two basic patterns in their charts, you have a lot of trines happening in your chart. So that's a really easy flowing energy between the two of you. So like your suns and your moon, like everything trines each other. And sometimes that's almost too easy in a relationship. Like all the astrology books say, oh, fire signs are all great together. But then sometimes you're just good friends, right? And it just flows too simply. But you have your Venus is in Pisces, which really loves love. It wants love and glamour and to be squishy. And you've got a Leo moon, and Leo moon needs to be wooed and loves all that stuff. So I could see why that's hard if somebody's not paying attention to you and isn't present for you. But I looked up in April for the timing that Pam is talking about. So the planet Mars is going to be saying hello to your Venus in April. So you probably will get like this rush, this love rush. So you might even get love bombed. I wouldn't be surprised in April. Like it's just Mars is all about that. Mars is going to be like, hey girl, what's up? What's going on? And it's just it wants what it wants. It's hot and heavy. A lot of passion coming around right around then. So I would look.
Oh my gosh.
Look out for April. Yeah.
Yeah, that for sure. Mars is like chemistry and passion and sensuality and all of that, all of that hot and heavy stuff.
And your Venus and your Venus is going to be like, oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this whole, there's a little bit of coolness right now, but this isn't the state of things. It's just what it is right now in the moment. So I think in terms of this long term, you're going to have to assess and build trust after this kind of cool down. Is this going to happen again? Are you going to be cautious about this relationship? Are you just going to go all in on this relationship? I mean, Two of Cups is a great card for the hearts being very deeply connected and even committed to one another. But you got to also have that practical thing of like, you were hot and cold, and am I going to have hot and cold for the rest of my life, or is it going to be different? So I think you're going to also like want to be, take it slow in that way too, as you get into it. I think that's a good way to approach it.
He's a Libra though. Libra really likes to be connected to people. Like Libra needs that. So that works in your favor. Like it doesn't matter, Libra, male, female, that stuff. Libra energy really likes to be in partnership. So
it's interesting too, though, but I also see the shadow side of Libra, indecisive. Do I want to be in this relationship? Do I not want to be in this relationship?
You got to tell Libra what's going on. One of the things I learned with like a Libra kid, you don't say you want cereal or oatmeal. You never do that. You say we're having oatmeal today, and the Libra kid says, okay, thanks. So that is very true, Pam. That's a great point. But Libra does like to be, they like to be connected like that. So start telling them, this is what we're doing. We're having oatmeal. This is what's up.
I think those boundaries are really good for Libra, because Libra gets very distressed by decisions. Having too much choice can be overwhelming. Even having two choices can be overwhelming for Libra,
because
they look at all the positive.
Yes, they see everything.
All the possibilities. Exactly. That if I go this way, it would be great. If I go this way, it'd be great. Now I don't know which one to do. So I'm going to sit here in the middle of the crossroads and go, I don't know which one. So I think that you may drive things a little bit more, to like, hey, this is where we're going. We're having oatmeal today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Love that. All right. Airmid. Airmid has a 1-card reading. Thank you so much, Adricia. Thanks you, Chandra. And thank you, Airmid. Cancer like me. Yeah. General reading for this week. Wonderful. Thanks for your donation. Thanks for your donations, you guys. We're already up to $70 now. We got more, actually. We got 140 actually in total with the people coming up. I see you, Marcy. So after Airmid is Jen and then Marcy. That's the order of things. All right. Reading for the week ahead. Ooh, I love it. Are you doing some ancestor work? 10 of Pentacles shows up. Ten of Pentacles, I look at this as ancestral stuff. This is such a magical card. Oh my gosh. This is a week where you can really tap into that ancestral energy, but also look at, it's the tree of life, the Kabbalah tree of life, these 10 discs in that shape. What I will give a very simplistic, I'll give a very, very simplistic version of this tree of life and what it means. It's our connection to divine energy, right? This is in Jewish mysticism. It's this idea of like how the mundane world connects to the divine world of God, right? But even if we're not Jewish or we're not believing in that God guy in the sky, we still see it as this energy of like how things become manifested, how the divine becomes manifest, how we reach up to the divine, how divine reaches down to us. Wherever you see that, it could be from below, from above, from the side, doesn't matter where. So I look at this as being like on a very deep spiritual level for you, gaining wisdom, gaining downloads. I mean, I would look at that as also getting those downloads, having access to higher spiritual realms, deeper spiritual realms, and connecting to ancestors. We see mom and dad, kid, and grandpa in this picture. That idea that we're connecting to the ancestral line. They're all living together in happy, harmonious homes. So it looks like a very happy time in terms of the home life. It can be grounding in that. And also, we're looking at Pentacles. So this is about health and money being affected by like manifestation practices. So if you want to do some spell work around money this week or health this week, both of those will be very, very supported. I love seeing that. This is like such a beautiful card, magical card. So many details in this card. My gosh, in my book, Magical Tarot, formerly Madame Pemita's Magical Tarot, now Magical Tarot in the new edition, I go into all the details about all these images in here and what they mean. And it's really fascinating, really, really fascinating, this card. Love it so much. I love a card with lots of detail in it. So yeah, health and wealth being positively affected by manifestation techniques this week, connecting to your ancestors, connecting to divine energy and spiritual downloads. Work with a Ouija board this week if you want to. That's what I would do.
Well, I have Irma's
So what do you
chart,
know?
and so I'm going to look at the moon, what the moon's doing for you this week, just to do a quick thing. So the moon in your chart, the transiting moon, is going to be going through your 7th, 8th, and 9th houses. So you're going to be relating to a lot of people, dealing with other people's value systems, maybe having to compromise and come to terms with things like that, maybe having to do a little bartering. But it's going to be lighting up those regions of your house or of your chart. And the region of towards the end of the week, it's going to be lighting up. Like once you kind of figure that out and deal with what's important to somebody else, then you get to kind of go on an adventure together. So it's going to be lighting up the house of travel, of education, of doing deep dives, of learning something new. It's really nice. And it's going to be, what else is it going to be doing? I just saw something. I might have lost it. What I saw. Oh, Saturn, the planet Saturn. You're talking about ancestor work. It's just lighting up your house of like vocation, really, like what it is you need to be doing right now. So, and Saturn is the planet of ancestors right there. So really leaning into that is lovely, because that's going to be happening for you for the rest of the year. But yeah, the moon is going to be asking you to relate to people, stay connected, and then towards the end of the week, learn something new, find something interesting.
That's great. I love that. Oh my gosh. I'd always love learning something new.
Right? I know. 9th house is always kind of a fun house to have lit up.
Yeah, I love that.
It's also the
All
house of
right.
spirituality. Yeah. So it could be that.
Oh yeah. Spiritual learning. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Airmid, I
spiritual
wouldn't
learning.
be surprised if you're doing
Yeah.
ancestor work and spiritual learning this week. That wouldn't shock me at
Yeah.
all. All right, Jen. Thank you, Airmid. Jen has a 4-card reading. Oh, my birthday's coming up. Looking for guidance for my next year of life. It's your new year. I love it. Your new year, new you. Are you an Aquarius? What's your birthday, Jen? Oh, we have it down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, February 9th, Aquarius. Love it. Okay. All these Aquarians in the house.
Yes.
I love Aquarians. I mean, Aquarian energy is like, I just think the most creative, wild, thought provoking, marching to the beat of their own drummer, wildly inventive. Love it. All righty. Ah, look at this. We got some characters making a repeat appearance. I always stick the cards back in and then some cards come back again. It's wild the way that works. All right. So for your guidance for the next year, as you start this year, we've got Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups energy, one of the messages I get from the Knight for you is about having a personal mission. What is your mission for this year? What is the mission that speaks to your heart, is what I should say. It should not be a rational one. It can be totally irrational. What is the thing that your heart craves? And how can you make that part of your personal mission for this year? So, what do I mean by that? Well, like what does your heart want to accomplish for this year? What is it that your heart desires that you want to go after for this year on a mission? I always think that the Blues Brothers were on a mission from God. We got to get the band back together and perform, whatever. That's the mission of the heart. There's no rational reason for them to get the band back together, right? This is for you to really do that thing that makes your heart sing this year. So look for that. Look for that and try and bring that into your intentions for the year. I think it's a wonderful thing to, we can make resolutions. I mean, New Year's resolutions. We can even make birthday resolutions of what we want to do this year, like in a rigid way. But this is more like intending what you would like to invite into your life. I mean, water and cups are so receptive. It's like, what would I like to invite more of in my life? What would I like to have more of in my life? And how can we bring that in? So the Knight of Cups is the perfect card for that. Really setting out on an adventure of the heart. Really set on an adventure of the heart. So, tap into that energy of reflection, looking within and seeing what the heart wants. What does the heart want? What do you want to go after this year? Another thing that I see for you this year is vanquishing that anxiety, unhappiness, discomfort, and all of that. We've got 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is like worry, anxiety, sometimes it can be like, and really there's a key in this card. I bring it up all the time. That little swordsman who's knocking the other guy off his feet, right? You can vanquish this. That's what it's saying to you. This is not the state that you need to stay in. You don't have to stay in there. So if you've been struggling or feeling anxious or worried about something, make it part of your mission to vanquish that anxiety. What can that look like? It could be going to therapy. It could be getting rid of the thing that's creating the anxiety. It could be, any number of things, but that's part of your mission this year is to get rid of that worry and anxiety and all of that. I mean, we were just talking about this earlier, actually, at the Spirit Speakeasy, which is the Coven private Q&A that we have on the first Sunday of the month. All the Coven members at the Good Witch level and higher. Yeah, if you join coven.vip as Buchanan, so hopefully put there, you can find out more about it. But every month we have a private Q&A with me where we talk about the magic that you're doing, and you can ask questions, get recommendations, get like customized recommendations for whatever you're working on straight from me. I'll give them to you. But one of the things we were talking about is I would call maybe information hygiene. Having information hygiene means having good boundaries about what you expose yourself to and your mental state, right? Like for me, I know I can't see a violent movie. I can't see a scary movie. I really limit the kind of scary news that I look at. I just kind of very, selectively look at the news and I look at good news sources. I don't look at random people on TikTok talking about flat earth or whatever crazy conspiracy. I just don't go there, right? So as I look at these things and having that hygiene to keep your mental state not anxious, I think that could be a great, oh, wonderful, wonderful. Jen is doing exactly that. Yes, I was there. I've limited my use of social media and news. It was definitely making me more anxious, right? We talked about this, that this is what attracts people. You see something scary, you click on it. So people make scary content, fearful, fear-inducing content, just so that they can get likes. It's so insidious, right? It's really insidious. So having those good boundaries about your mental state and keeping, being very careful about what you let in is a great plan, especially this year. I think this is going to be a great, because there's lots of fear mongering out there and things that are creating lots of anxiety for people, where really everyone in the world is in it. Like, I'm convinced, I mean, I think you guys all know that I'm really super anti-Trump. I mean, that's who I am. I'm not shy about saying it.
Same, girl.
But
Same.
yeah, exactly. I mean, you
Oh my
wouldn't be
God.
working for me if you were a Trumper. I'm just going to say
That's right.
you wouldn't be here. But,
It was a
it's like I
relief to
also,
show up there.
yeah. So I think, though, there's this interesting thing, because I also think that those people that are Trumpers are being fed fear-inducing stuff, which is what is
Yes.
activating them to vote for this moron, basically an idiot, is because they're being fed things that make them fearful. So we've got this culture of fear around us, and it's like, you don't have to participate in that. You need to keep your mental hygiene. If you like, I know people that can get into it and read every political thing, like my partner. He can read every political thing and not get activated. That's not me. I get really activated by all that stuff. So I can't do it like he does it. So I just ask him what's going on with that. And then he tells me. So yeah. So that's another thing to work on for this year, is to really get that mental hygiene and to really conquer that anxiety or worry that you're feeling. And I feel like you can do it this year, really. Next thing we see, we got this one coming back, Seven of Pentacles coming back into our sphere. Seven of Pentacles is building something step by step. This is a lovely card for building a business or building health. I mean, this can be health. Remember, the pentacle has that star that looks like the human body, head, arms, legs, right? Also can be gold coins. So it could be building career, building health. But this is building something, not by putting a ton of energy toward it, but just giving little bits of attention or little bits of energy toward it, just like you're growing a plant. You don't have to spend 6 hours hanging out with the plant every day. You just give it a little water, give it a little fertilizer, pick off the bugs, do whatever you have to do, but you don't have to spend a ton of time on it. And it's that consistent little bits of time that produce this great result. So whatever you're working on, if it's career, if it's money, if it's career, if it's health, any of those things are very supported by you giving little bits of effort to that result. Also, Page of Pentacles, intriguing, very intriguing. This could be starting a little business, a little side hustle, having a little side thing that brings in money. He's got that little gold coin. He's just starting something new. So it's something maybe that you've been dreaming about or thinking about, or doing some kind of little activity. It could be, even, we said, coins can represent money, but the star can also represent the body. It could be getting physically healthier by doing a new plan for the year. And it doesn't have to be like really what this card and this card would suggest. If health is the issue, physical health is the issue, it's not like I'm going to run 5 miles every day. It's like going for a walk for 15 minutes every day, or making small changes in diet, or starting to take some kind of supplements of some kind. Just a little thing that you're doing, and starting that this year can be very good. But be gentle. It doesn't have to be a big, huge, dramatic change. It can be a little change that's tipping the needle in the right direction. That's what I see. All right. Take it away, Miss Kelly.
Okay. So what I'm seeing coming up for you is, which I love, is the asteroid, or the body Chiron, who is the healer, is coming up, and it's going to be crossing over your moon and is hanging out with your moon. And that's lovely. It can feel a little hard because it's asking you to do a lot of self-healing. But that's happening for you this year in the next few months. And so it's a great time to work on yourself, to deal with that anxiety, to, if you have access to therapy, to do that. I mean, Chiron asks us to sort of really dig deep, but kind of to like clean the wounds out, to get ourselves going again, and to do it on our own. Right? It says take charge. Chiron says we're going to take charge, and then when you do that, you end up becoming empowered, and you'll end up having all this wisdom and knowledge about those things that you're going to be asked to share with other people, because that's what Chiron did. Right? Chiron was this amazing centaur who got hurt, and then he learned how to fix that, and then he shared that knowledge with other people. So and trained people and mentored people. So that's coming up for you this year, is to learning about yourself and then sending that off out into the world, sharing that with the rest of
Yeah.
us.
That's like that energy of, that's the wounded healer. Chiron is the wounded healer. And I love that idea that we have, like you have an experience and it can help others because you've had that experience.
Mm.
That's what it's not wounded like, oh, I'm suffering. It's like, I've been through it. I get it. I understand. Right. So if you've had an
Exactly.
experience, you can help somebody that's had that experience because you've come out of the other side of it, and you can help them navigate that. And I always think of, when I think of Chiron, I think of that as well.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Next we have Marcy. Marcy. 3 cards for Marcy. Thanks, Jen. Happy birthday, Jen. Marcy says, I've donated 30 and I want to know if my health will get any better. So many questions, but I think that's the best place to start. We can look at, if you don't mind, Marcy, I'd like to even make that question a little slightly different. What will help your health get better? That's the kind of reading I like to do, which is like solutions oriented. Sorry, I'm just I dropped my cards on the floor. Not a 52 pickup, not even a 78 pickup, just a couple cards. But if we can look at 3 cards, we can look at and Marcy, give us your birthday so we can do a little astrological look at your astrology around this. But do you mind if we look at like what will help your health get better? What can that path can look like? Great. Okay. Now, I'm putting your birthday so that Miss Kelly can do a little astrological bonus for you for free. I love it. Okay. Let's take a look and see. Remember, any kind of health reading is always in addition to your whatever your doctors, whatever your healthcare providers are saying. We never get a reading instead of going to see a doctor or seeing a therapist or seeing a lawyer or seeing a professional. Just want to preface that. So we always add this to our mix, right? It's our spiritual wisdom that can help our physical knowledge. Actually, this is really quite positive, very positive for you getting better. The first card is King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles showing up again. King of Pentacles has that pentacle, which is that star, which represents the body. So if it's a physical thing that you're dealing with, King of Pentacles can represent getting to that health. One of the things that I see with King of Pentacles is sometimes there's too much, like he's dealing with too much. Look at his robes. His robes are completely like he's drowning in those robes, right? So sometimes weirdly, like the image that I'm getting is somebody who's like not, and I'm not saying this is the issue or this is, but like the idea of a hoarder. I'm keeping everything. I'm not getting rid of anything. I keep adding and adding and adding, but I'm not eliminating. I'm not letting go of something. So there's some kind of imbalance where with your health where you're taking on, but you're not having balance, like you're not letting go of something. So I feel like that may be part of the issue, which you may understand what that means in light of what you're dealing with your health. But there's something where you're taking, it could be taking on stress. It could be taking on, I don't know, an imbalance in your, metabolism. It could be an imbalance in your vitamins or, something like that. But there's something here where there's too much of one thing and it's not balanced. And I feel like that could probably give some insight into what would help. It's like to try and find that balance of movement, almost like weirdly, like what I think of as like constipation, like you're taking on, but you're not eliminating, right? So there's this idea of like too much of something and not a flow. That's, if that makes sense, a little too much. So whatever's going on there, there's an energy of needing to have more like, let go of things. It could be there's even a psychological component to your health stuff where you're bearing the weight of the world, or you're taking on, biting off more than you can chew, or taking on too much in some way. So it's about having more balance and more flow. But in general, we look at that Pentacles, King of Pentacles is a good sign for health. So it's not, but he's also got that little quality that makes me think, oh, there's something there that's going on for you in your health wise that feels like I'm holding on. It could be like an imbalance that causes you to have edema or swelling or something, it's like taking on and not eliminate. So that's part of this issue that I'm seeing. Second, though, I see Four of Wands, not Four of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a fantastic card. It's a celebratory card. We've got this beautiful energy, this celebration going on. It's passion, excitement. What I kind of get from this for you to get, this is a very social card, right? So I am getting the energy that like whatever's going on with your health, you have to connect to communities. This is a community card. Communities that are dealing with the same health issues that you're dealing with, or the same symptoms that you're dealing with, because in community, you will get some answers. It is amazing what communities can do. So if you have communities with the same diagnosis, the same symptoms, the same thing, you may discover somebody did something and it works for you too. The doctors don't even know sometimes. I had this issue where I had alopecia areata, which is losing your hair in little bald patches. Weirdly came out of the blue. I went to the dermatologist. He gave me cortisone shots, but cortisone shots just are a temporary fix. And then I would go grow a little patch of hair and then it would go out again. So I did a spell for healing. So a healing spell is there to open you up to the healers, the providers, the treatments, the information, and all of those things you need to have a physical healing. It's not there to do the healing. It's there to lead you to the healing, right? So I did a healing spell, and then I started looking online, and I was looking for symptoms of something else that was related, autoimmune. The alopecia areata is an autoimmune condition. I had another autoimmune condition, and I looked and I saw this piece of information. It was saying, you need to do an elimination diet, and you need to see what triggers it, because there's a food issue that's triggering it, leaky gut and all of these things, right? So I started doing that and it resolved. No doctor told me that. Then when I went to another doctor about another autoimmune thing, they asked about other autoimmune symptoms I had. I told them about that, and that doctor said, oh, I've never heard of that. And I'm like, you're not, I'm thinking to myself, you're not my doctor, because if this is news to you, I can get better information. I can get better information out there than I can from you. I'm going to find a doctor that gets it. And I did find a doctor that got it. But you get what I'm saying, is that sometimes communities can have that information that even doctors don't know about. And that gives us a little clue. So if you are involved in communities, if you're not, that's a good sign that you need to start. But get very researchy with your communities and find out what other people are doing. And then with your doctor's permission, try those things that the community is recommending. Always run things by your doctor, but that could be a great way for you to find that solution. And lastly, we have Page of Wands, which is youthful vitality. This is lovely energy, fire energy, youthful energy. It's like having your young body back again, your healthy body back again. Sometimes you have to go, this is an explorer, because he's a European guy, but he's in Egypt, right? There's the pyramids in the background. So that kid is out of his normal territory. So I do feel like going out and finding things maybe outside of what the typical treatment is may help. So ask your healthcare providers, talk to your healthcare providers, but also do your own research. Then bring what you find to your healthcare providers and see what they say about it. That would be a great path for you to find it. All in all, though, I'm seeing a return to health. This is nothing about health worsening or anything like that. So it is attainable for you, but I think you have to supplement what you're getting from your healthcare providers with your own research and run it by them and see what they have to say. And then try those things if they agree that it's okay for you to try them. So what do you have, Miss Kelly?
Yeah. So I see the planet Saturn is it's coming up to square your moon, which is about learning things, seeking wisdom, looking for mentorship. So Saturn could represent those doctors or learning things from that community. Saturn is probably you're probably going to feel restricted, which means Saturn's going to be asking you to restrict things. So when it comes to your health, that might be an avenue that you end up having to do, like a more restrictive diet, or you just having, because Saturn feels like is responsibility. So it could mean that you have to change your exercise routine. It's very much about routine. Saturn's gonna and it's your moon, and that's very much about your routine as well. So I think that's what's coming up for you in terms of that, is really paying attention to how what you do when you get up in the morning, like what you eat, like creating a plan for yourself. That's really, I think that's really what's going to come in, and then that will bring
Structure.
back all that structure, and then that helps get your vitality back, right? That helps bring that Page of Wands energy back in. But yeah, you're for sure going to be asked to create some structure around that, and it'll probably be like, boom, oh my gosh, this is what I was missing. This is what
I almost even get from that, even can be like, if your doctor gives you medication, being consistent with that medication and not being haphazard with that medication, or adjusting dosages, or trying a new medication and giving that some time to see if that works. So those things could all be falling under Saturn as well.
Yeah, that's great too, because Saturn is about time. So giving yourself time, right? Giving medication time, giving a new diet time to kick in and work. But yes, but sticking to it for sure. Saturn is going to say, you got to stick to it. And the trick with Saturn, this is what everybody always kind of freaks out a little bit. Saturn always takes care of you. Saturn is not as frightening a planet as people tend to, as astrologers can paint it to be. Saturn always takes care of you. When you show up and do the work that Saturn's asking you to do, Saturn always steps up and says, yes, well done. Gold star. You did it.
Yeah, but it's following the rules. It's following the rules.
Yeah, as long as if you follow the rules that Saturn's asking you to do, Saturn always takes care of you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Marcy, this is so sweet. Yeah, let's put up the link for booking a session, by the way. If you want to book a session with me, or you want to book a session with Miss Kelly in private, we both do sessions, all of us at the Parlor of Wonders, Onareo, Love Witch, Kelly, Miss Kelly, and me. And B is going to be coming on again. We all do readings and we all do spell work. And so you can have a special, everybody has their specialty that they do. But Miss Kelly can do an astrological reading with you, and you can find out so much. I mean, it's so amazing how revealing. I mean, people think like astrology, it just tells me about my personality. No, it tells you about your opportunities, where your strengths are, how to strengthen things that aren't quite so strong. I mean, your readings are always so insightful and thought-provoking, and really give direction to get to the result that you want. I almost think like if you come with a question when they have a reading, that can be very helpful. Like people are coming with questions here, and you're relating so maybe, you have that beginning, time with Miss Kelly, and you tell her what's on your mind, what you're hoping to do, what's going on in your life. And she takes a look at that in terms of your astrology and shows you where your opportunities are, how you can support things that aren't maybe quite so strong, or work with the energies instead of working against them. Right.
Exactly.
These are those things I talk about in spell work. It's like, you can do a spell anytime, but if you use one of these auspicious timings, it gives you a little boost, right? If you work with an inauspicious timing for something, whether it's astrological or the moon or the day of the week, you just have to put more effort to get to the result. But we always want to put minimal effort and have great results. So that's when that's what an astrological reading can do for you. So yeah, wonderful. Yeah, Marcy. So you can book a full-length session with Miss Kelly or with me or with anybody at the Parlor of Wonders. But if you want astrology, Miss Kelly's your gal. So, all right, next we have Vicky. Vicky has a 2-card reading. Anybody else that wants a reading, you can make a donation through PayPal. Oh, let's love, which is reminding me. We have a sale going on for you guys. We have a flash sale. Every time we meet here, we always put a little flash sale coupon up for you guys. So you can get 15% off any books at the Parlor of Wonders, including my books, Book of Candle Magic. You can get a signed copy, no extra charge, and you can get it for 15% off. If you're in the Coven, you get an extra boost. You get a Coven discount. It's 20% off instead of 15% off. For those of you here watching us, 15% off is good until midnight on Tuesday, right? Monday, Tuesday. And then for the Coven members, it lasts Tuesday and midnight on Tuesday. And for the rest of you, Coven members, your coupon lasts till the end of the week. So until Saturday, and you get a bigger discount. If you'd like to find out how to be in the Coven, it's very easy. All you have to do is go to coven.vip. We've got levels starting at $3.99 a month, going all the way up from Basic Witch, which is $3.99 a month. But you're not a Basic Witch. You're better than a Basic Witch, right? You can go be a Good Witch, a Wicked Witch, VIP Witch, a Supreme Witch. We got them all. We got lots of levels, and each level builds on it's a Patreon. So you get good things at that Basic Witch level, but you get even better things as you go up the scale. It's good. And what I made this Coven for is for us to do more things together. Whatever level you sign up with, you always get more than the amount you're paying for the Coven. 100%. We give away readings, we give away discounts, we give away Coven exclusives. We have single card tarot card pull, free tarot card pull every month. We have a free workshop every month. I mean, we got lots and lots and lots of bonus content for you. And it always is more value than what you're paying for the Coven membership. So I encourage you to come hang out with me. Be in my inner circle. Come hang out with me more. Let's do some fun things together. I was thinking, Love, which we should probably have a Valentine's Day. It's a little late to plan it. Maybe it's too late for that. Maybe we should plan for St. Patrick's Day. Have a little party again. We always have fun parties where we give away things, have prizes and stuff. I think it's too late for Valentine's. Let's do St. Patrick's Day. That would be a fun one.
It's Halloween.
We got black hearts for Halloween. All right. Vicky has a 2-card reading. If you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is make a donation on Super Chat down below or on Venmo or PayPal. Once you make that donation, go into the chat, tell us where you donated, how much you donated, your name and your birthday, so we can do a little astrological look at it, and what your question is. Okay. Relationship with Bob is chugging so slowly. 1, does he really want a relationship with me? Yes or no? Or 2, if yes, what do I do to encourage him to pick up his pace? All right. Do you know both of your birthdays? Vicky, can you give your birthday and his birthday? That will give us a great insight. We can get a little astrological compatibility. I bet you he's an earth sign or has earth in his chart, right? He's going slow.
Taking their time, smelling the roses.
My relationship with my partner started in 1985 and didn't get going until 2017. So there you go. That's a Taurus for you. Taurus. So hopefully it's not that slow. All right, let's take a look and see. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Marcy. Wonderful to read for you guys. All righty. Oh, intriguing. I know it says in October, but I don't know. So if it's early, first 3 weeks of October, at least we know he's a Libra. Mm-hmm. That could be issue. If he's the
If it's
end of
the end,
October,
Scorpio can be
yeah,
very stubborn. Yeah, Scorpio, like when Scorpio commits, they commit. So that could be, yeah,
yeah.
that can be tough. But they're great.
All right.
Scorpios are
So
really great when they open up.
we have a 2 of Wands and 7 of Wands. All right, let's talk about 2 of Wands first. 2 of Wands is a visionary, but this is also a very Libra card, even though it's fire. It's still a Libra card because um, although you know what, the 2 of Swords is really Libra because that crossroads, I don't know what to do kind of energy. But there's also that quality in here. Do I do this or do I do that? Right. So when we see the 2 of Wands, it's like being a visionary. I'm foreseeing where things are going, but yet he has not yet taken action. He's still on the parapet. He isn't in his boat. He isn't sailing around the world. He's thinking about sailing around the world. So I think he has a vision for your relationship, and maybe asking him what his vision is for this relationship. It may be that good time where you get out of being in a situationship, as the kids call it, and into a real relationship. It's that situationship is like, I don't know where we stand. You have to have some clarity about where things stand. And so asking him what his vision is for the two of you would be a great question to ask him. Where do you envision this relationship going? What are you hoping to get out of this relationship? And get a clear answer for him. Of course, we have an expectation or an idea or a dream or a vision of what we want, but what is his vision? And if you haven't asked that question, now's the time to ask. There's no time like the present. Again, if he's a Libra, we were talking about Libras in relationship earlier. If he's a Libra, you've got an issue, which Miss Kelly will tell you all about. So if he's in that first 3 weeks of October, we're going to talk about Libra energy and all of that. But I'll leave that to Miss Kelly, the expert. 2 of Wands energy has an idea, but hasn't yet implemented it. So ask him what his idea is. What are you thinking about this relationship? You can express what your vision of the relationship is too. I'm hoping to have this. Are we on the same page? Are we not on the same page? It's a I know it's always putting yourself out there when you start to talk about these things, and it can feel a little embarrassing or can, create some anxiety when you have to like ask someone, where do you vision this relationship headed? It's not to say what are we, but asking him where he envisions his life and this relationship in terms of his life, and seeing what he has to say. If he's like, I don't know, then he doesn't have a plan for this relationship. But this would say he does have a plan. If he's like, I like things the way they are and I want to keep cruising on this, then you have that piece of information and you can make a decision based on that piece of information. If cruising along where you guys are now is what you want, great. Then you guys are set. If you want something different, you can express that. You don't need to say to someone, you need to do this to please me. You say, oh, I'm envisioning having a committed relationship that turns into marriage. You're envisioning dating forever. We're really on different pages. And then you get to make a decision if you want to stay in a relationship with somebody who wants to just date, or if you want to get into a new relationship with someone who is commitment oriented and wants to get married and wants to have a house together and all of those things that you're envisioning. I'm just guessing what you're envisioning. So that's the first thing, is to have a conversation about what do you envision for our relationship. And that's a great legit question. It shouldn't even feel really like you're putting somebody on the spot. He has a vision, so it's about him communicating that vision. What does he see? And if he says to you, I like it the way things are and I foresee the next 20 years being this way, then you get to make a decision if that's okay for you or not. And that's either you make peace with it and you go, okay, we'll date for 20 years or the rest of our lives. If you want something more, then you can go somewhere else and find that something more, So come to that time. This is intriguing to me. 7 of Wands. Look at the difference between 2 of Wands and 7 of Wands. 2 of Wands, super passive, not really taking action. 7 of Wands is taking lots of action. Guess what? 7 of Wands is about competition. I think he needs to feel a sense that he's competing for your attention. You're giving him a lot of focused attention, and he's not competing with anything or anyone. Now, what I'm not saying is like, don't say to him, like, oh, I'm dating this person too, but but taking your attention and putting it elsewhere. Maybe it's talking to somebody. If you guys are in an uncommitted relationship, then act like a person in an uncommitted relationship, which means you get to talk to other guys, which means you get to hang out with your friends, which means you get to go do your own thing without him. Don't treat this like a marriage if he's in just dating mode, because there is little incentive for him. If he is like, hey, everything's cool the way it is, I like just dating you, then there's no incentive for him to change unless he feels like he may lose you to something or someone else. Whatever feels right to you in terms of that. It could be talking to other men. It could be hanging out with your friends more. It could be doing your own thing more. It could be not telling them every little single detail about what you're doing in your life. But there needs to be a sense of tension that he has to work harder to get to you. That may be the thing that's lacking here, is that you're making it almost too easy for him. And he needs to have that activating feeling of like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose Vicky if I don't step it up. However, I do not recommend point blank going, I'm seeing another guy, or I'm talking to another guy, or whatever. You just do your thing and do your thing. If you're in a relationship that has no commitment, you need to act like you're in a relationship with no commitment. And that means you have freedom. If you do have a commitment of some kind, then go hang out with your friends more. That's still legit, something that you could do. So I see him getting activated. He needs a little competition to feel activated and move forward. So
Yeah.
there's one thing. Oh, I'm going to
Go
share before you start, Miss Kelly.
on.
There's this, it's a little bit cheesy, but it's an extreme version. I think I shared this with you. I think I shared this with you, Vicky, before. Um, the woman that said, I'm going to date and not commit to anyone. And really, she wasn't, for her, what was right for her was not being super intimate with anyone, but just dating and get to know this guy simultaneously. She made it abundantly clear to all of them, I am dating until I get a proposal. When I get a proposal, if I agree to that proposal, then I'll stop dating the other guys. What happened was her now husband, she got married, was at first very insulted. Oh my gosh, you're not just seeing me. But then he realized he missed her and he wanted to be with her. So he stepped up his game and he proposed to her. She just stated what she wanted. What she wanted was, I'm going to have a lot of choice until I get committed to one. And when I get committed to one, I want it to be a real serious commitment. And if you want to get married and I want to get married, we're on the same page. So she leveraged that because that's what will make people step up or go the other way. And if they're going to go the other way, they're going to go the other way anyway. So if they're going to step up, this will activate them to step up. So I think this is what, if he's going to step up, this is what he needs, is some activation of not having all the benefits of having a marriage with you without any of the commitment to that marriage. So, all right, I'm off my soapbox.
No, I can hear. It's a good soapbox. Let's see. When I look at your chart, you're a Leo. You're Leo, Leo, Leo. You got your Leo's sun is sitting right next to Mars. So you're really passionate and you want stuff to happen. Like you need it to happen fast. So it's probably very frustrating for you. But also your moon in your chart sits there right with Saturn. So you find yourself carrying the emotional burden for yourself and for everybody around you all the time. And that's hard. And so I'm guessing that you probably carry a lot of the emotional weight within this relationship and other relationships in the past. What is coming up for you right now is that planet Saturn. Saturn's been talking to everybody all night. Saturn's coming up and going to be providing you a lot of opportunity in the next few months. Saturn's going to be, it's forming what's called a sextile, which is like gifts and opportunities, and it's coming up to talk to your moon. So now's the time to really ask those questions that Pam was talking about. You're going to be really you have to act on a sextile. So, but it's there. It's like a lot of opportunity, and opportunity really to meet other people if this isn't the one. And I wouldn't be surprised if you find yourself attracted to older people around you, or you find yourself needing more maturity in your life and looking for that, looking for opportunities for that. But that's coming for the next few months. That is going to come into your life. That energy is there and readily available for you.
I think one of the things, I know your career, Vicki, and you get to meet a lot of people. So it's not like you're working in a little cubicle where you see the same people every day. You get to see a lot of different people. Your Leo energy gets to shine. And by the way, there's another Leo in the house. Who's the other Leo in the house?
We're all
She knows all about
apart,
Leo.
Vicki.
Yeah. Well, listen,
apart.
I'll tell you something. Leo needs to have that. Leo, people, I think all the signs get bad raps in some way. Leo sometimes in an extreme version is like an attention whore, right? Like I need attention, but that's the shadow side of Leo. What I see with Leo, and I have a Leo rising, so I get it too, is like you need to get appreciation. You just need somebody to appreciate you. So this lukewarm response that you're getting from someone is never going to be satisfying, because Leo wants to be wooed. You're the queen. You're the Leo queen. You need to like have somebody, not that they have to be your servant or something like that, but that they're like showering you with that affection and love and really telling you how much they appreciate you being in their life. That's what a Leo needs. Really, that's what they need. And so I always say Leos need water, food, air, and attention, but not necessarily in that order. Appreciation, sorry, not attention. Water, food, air, and appreciation. And appreciation.
Compliments
Appreciation.
And chocolate.
Yeah. Appreciation might become before water and food, I think, just to be able to, maybe not before air. I mean, you got to breathe, but yeah. So I love that. I mean, I think this is a time I think there needs to be some kind of feeling of like, he has to step it up. That's me. Well, you're adorable. So who wouldn't show you appreciation, Vicki? You're absolutely adorable. So yeah, I think you can, if what he's offering is just an open, casual sort of thing, then be casual. Don't be committed. Then it's really out of whack and out of balance, So, all right. Is that our total for the day? No more readings? We have $160, which means we have 4 seniors that we're feeding. Yeah, 4 seniors that we're feeding this week. Look at that. Oh, so cute. Look at these cute little seniors, 70s, 80s, 90s. A lot of them are disabled, have difficulties, definitely can't work, and they have no way to supplement their income and no family to support them. This is just a wonderful blessing that you're giving to these absolutely adorable seniors that are so sweet and so kind and lovely people. I mean, oh my gosh, the stories that we've been getting about these seniors you've been helping. Don't forget to add Yulia on Facebook. If you add her, she will post the pictures of the seniors that you're helping so you can see who you helped. You can keep in touch. She'll give you a shout out. I'll give her your names. And if you follow, she'll know to add you and give you that shout out. They'll be showing up late tonight or early tomorrow, probably early tomorrow, it'll show up. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly. It was great having you, Miss Kelly. You can follow Miss Kelly on Instagram. Miss Kelly Magic is her Instagram handle. You can find her there. You can also get a reading with Miss Kelly, a one-on-one session, a really in-depth session looking into your chart. It's a wonderful experience, and I super, super recommend it. You can get a full-length reading with her, with me, or with anyone here at the Parlor of Wonders. You can also get us to do spell work for you. We're happy to do that. So you can go check that out by going to that QR code there. Don't forget, join the coven. We still got our special going on, our discount code. 15% all books at the Parlor of Wonders with the code Witch Books. You can get that 15% off. But if you're a coven member, you get 20% off. You have a different code. And if you'd like to join the coven, you can join at any level. The discount, I think, is for every level, right? Or is it just Good Witch and higher? You can tell us in the private chat. Good Witch and up. At Good Witch level and higher, you get that code. That can be great. That can make your coven membership pay for itself and your discounts. My goodness, if you like books like me, I'm such a book hoarder. That's my hoarderness is books. Books and tarot decks are taking over my life. I listen, and I have enablers around me. Morgan Daimler, who's an author, another author. I said to her, I go, I have no more room for books. I've too many books. She's like, get more bookshelves. That's
Exactly.
not a solution. That is not a solution. I'll have a library in my house instead of space to eat and sleep and everything. All right, you guys, anything else we want to tell you? We'll see you here next week. We'll be back at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Sorry, 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Central, 8 Central, 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. We'll see you here. We'll be back next week and get a little reading again. Next week, our guest is going to be, do we know who? It's going to be Bee, a Bewitching Tarot. Oh, I love Bee. Bee's great. You can hang out with her and me, and we'll have some fun. Hope to see you here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for your donations. And I'll give one more shout out to Chandra, Adrija, Erma, Jen, Marcy, Vicky. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the rest of you for just hanging out and watching. It's always fun. We always have a good time. Well, Marcy, you're so welcome. Love all those little heart eyes. Vicky says, thank you both so much. You guys are so sweet. We love reading for you. Hopefully we'll see you next week. We can always check in. I love a weekly check-in. Like, Jem, what's the week ahead? I love that. See what's going on. Airmid saying, what's the week ahead like? I love that. All right, you guys, have a great week. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly. I won't see you tomorrow. I won't be in tomorrow, but I'll see you on Tuesday. Okay?
Okay.
All right, you guys,
All right.
have a great week, buddy. We'll see you next week. Bye.